All right, let's get on to our next. Put up the headshot.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next tight end here on National Tight Ends Day, who also started Tight End U at Vanderbilt University every year that I went one time because I failed after I went because it's the Harvard of the South.
Hard place.
Yeah, it's a hard
Very
place.
beautiful, I heard. Never been.
It is. Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen.
Greg Olsen.
What does AI say about Greg Olsen?
All right, Greg Olsen.
Start the clock.
Greg Olsen. Oh, ocean.
I like that.
Yeah, well, his hair looks like an ocean. It's all over the place. It kind of looks like a hurricane. All right. Greg Olsen is celebrated as one of the top tight ends in NFL history. Known for his reliable hands. We were talking about that earlier. He has the most reliable hands in the NFL.
This guy had hands.
Yes, he does. And route running skills. Off the field, he is admired for his dedication to family and philanthropy, particularly through his Heart Test Yard Initiative. Heart Test Yard Initiative.
Heart test.
That's
a handful.
That's a hard test.
What's a heart test?
Heart test. Yeah.
Oh, heart.
All right.
Is.
Particularly through his Heart Test Yard Initiative,
I like that.
which supports families of children with congenital. It's like we said, everyone, we don't have the best vocabulary. This is Dudes on Dudes. We're learning as we go. We're not perfect here, but we get numbers right, okay? We get numbers right.
What AI is basically saying, he's for the kids.
Yeah, we're for the kids. Yes. Olsen made a significant impact on the Carolina Panthers, helping them reach Super Bowl 50 and becoming the first tight end in history to have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons from 2014 to 2016.
Wow.
He holds the Panthers franchise records for most receiving yards. He's lucky I got hurt because I would have held that 3 1,000-yard seasons in a row. But it's not about me.
It's not about
Why am I making it about me? Tight ends don't make it about yourself. And
slot
I just made it about me.
receivers do.
Yeah, slot receivers do.
It's our little diva
do.
in us because we're not full diva, but we got a little diva.
It's about Greg Olsen here. He holds the Panthers franchise records for most receiving yards, receptions, and 100-yard receiving games by a tight end. Wow. After retiring, Olsen transitioned to a successful career in sports broadcasting. He's one of our teammates right now with the Fox team.
He's really good.
Further showcasing his football acumen. He does have a lot of football acumen, I can tell you that.
What is that like?
Like knowledge.
Knowledge.
Another word for knowledge. Cinnamon for knowledge. Not right?
Synonymous.
Synonymous, yeah. He's
cinnamon.
Freaking cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon.
I like cinnamon.
He's tasty.
He's tasty.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Wow. This is bad, Jules. This is bad. Dudes just being dudes, though. This is what it's all about. Dudes just being dudes and just showing you who you are. We're not perfect.
It's cinnamon, bro.
Yes, cinnamon.
That's same now from now on.
Yeah, cinnamon.
From now on.
It is.
Hey.
The English dictionary better change that word to cinnamon.
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 Now.
Well, you want to know what acumen means? I kind of know that from back of my head. I was reading a book the other day, had the word. It's the ability to make good judgments and quick decisions. And that actually explains Greg Olsen and his game. And that's why he had over 1,000 yards in 3 seasons in a row, because of his quick decisions. And when you're really quick at top of the route, when you have a 2-way go like Greg Olsen, his favorite route of all time, he kind of runs kind of like diagonally to like the 10-yard mark where he has to go, and then the linebacker's sitting there at a safety, and you got to either split right like a bow or split in. What's the split in route where you like a
middle read?
No, not a middle read, like kind of like a
cross.
No, you go and it's like a angle route kind of, but it's at between 10 yards and 12 yards. You can either bow it or angle it, like an angle at 10.
Middle read.
Yeah, no, because it's not a middle read, because you still a middle read is when it's post double safety high, and you can go in the middle. So he was so good at making that decision and being decisive of should he go out on the guy on the defender or should he go in, and that's where he made his bread and money.
Bread and money. You just went full Will Ferrell in Old School right there.
Yes.
Did you guys see that?
That's his acumen.
Did you guys see that?
That's his acumen.
That's literally
Greg
just
went acumen, ladies and gentlemen.
Will Ferrell in Old School at the fucking last thing where he competes, the debate. And did you black out right there?
I did black out. And like Old School, Will Ferrell was blacked out many times.
Frank the fucking Tank. No, Greg Olsen, I mean, we threw on that film, and he's a lot more athletic than you remember. He wasn't like a guy that was gonna kill you with his athleticism, but he had such great hands. Like he would go up and make those one-handers. He did a lot of one-hander catches. He had great ball skills, and he was a very savvy guy as well. And he wasn't like he's a small guy. He's 6'5", 255, out of the U. What's up with the U and the tight ends?
Tight end U, man.
Is that?
They were called tight end U, man. When I was a kid, Miami
was probably who's tight end U now?
Iowa's tight end U now, but the University of Miami, oh my gosh, they were producing tight ends left and right, man.
Shockey,
I loved Miami, dude,
Olsen,
when I was growing up.
Bubba Franks,
Winslow.
Joku.
Oh my gosh, Joku is like the new school version of tight end U at the University of Miami. But man, were they producing tight ends, man? University of Miami was, they were on point.
And he was a track star in high school.
Yeah, he was.
Javelin.
Maybe that's why he was so good with his hands, because he was always using his hands in track.
Throwing it?
Yeah, just throwing, like holding, that javelin stick.
I've never met a javeliner.
Yeah.
I guess I have.
Like, what do you do?
No,
how do you throw it? Like that?
That's called a shake weight.
Oh, shake weight. Oh, that's a shake weight. Never threw a javelin before.
It's just like the spear.
Oh.
They throw.
All right.
It's like a football throw. I bet he can throw. Can he throw a football for it?
Like being a gladiator and throwing that spear and just boom, tossing it 40 yards.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's like so he did javelin. I mean, the first thing you think of Greg Olsen, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
That's good technique.
Looks good.
He's young.
Look at that face. He's beautiful.
He got that.
He was defined in high school. I don't know what happened. Like, he's like one of those like tight ends with a dad body again. That's what made him last long.
He lasted long.
He lasted long, but he was jacked in high school.
He hit me up during that 3,000 yard or the 3,000 yard seasons. He broke his foot, and I broke my foot. And I remember us communicating over the Jones fracture. That was the first time I ever got, a call from him. And to watch him on TV, he's killing in the TV. He's really knowledgeable about the game. He's fun. He's got that little dorkiness in him.
He does.
He's got that little dork like that.
But he plays
dad jokes.
He plays it off.
He's a dad joke.
He plays it off really well.
He's a fun guy to be around.
He is, and he is who he is. Like, he expresses who he is. It doesn't matter, man. That's why you love him, man. That's what you love about people. He's not hiding himself at all.
Never.
No, never. And I trained with him, actually. I remember what was really cool is that I was coming out of the University of Arizona, and we had the same agent, Drew Rosenhaus. And Drew Rosenhaus had me call Greg Olsen. He was the only player I called to ask about Drew Rosenhaus and also ask about the training process of training for the combine and all that. And I remember Greg Olsen did give me some great advice, man. He said, hey, you're going to think all the little details are stupid, but make sure you do them all, because those are actually the biggest things in the end. And I still remember that to this day, that he goes, do all the warm-ups, all the recovery things that you got to do after you trained all day. He says, just do all the details of the little things and you will be fine. So thank you, Greg, for the advice, man. I remember talking to you on the phone and just the advice of going through the NFL process. He was the only player I talked to through that time. So good dude, man. Good dude. Wasn't, looking out for himself, but he was looking out for me on that phone call, which was cool.
You think he called Bledsoe after Brady replaced him? I'm in roast mode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, Julian.
I'm in roast mode.
Did he call Bledsoe? But because Bledsoe got replaced by Tom.
There you go.
Sorry. I'm a tight end. We're a little slow, okay? Tight ends are sometimes a little bit slower, but our personalities are just freaking awesome. We are the coolest players on the field.
We
really are. Name a tight end that isn't cool. Exactly. You can't. You're thinking about it. That means
they really are.
Yeah. You want to know who's really cool? Dallas Goedert. I was hanging out with him at tight end U when I was actually smart enough to go, because it's the Harvard of the South, like we were talking about. And I was just hanging out with him. I didn't even know who he was. I know who Dallas Goedert was, but
helmets. It's hard to know.
I had no clue what Dallas Goedert ever looked like. And this dude had the hair flowing and everything. I was talking to him, like, this dude cool as shit. And then 2 days later, I saw a picture of us online, and it says like Dallas Goedert and Rob Gronkowski got it. I was like, oh my freaking God, I didn't even know that was Dallas
Guys
Goedert.
running 70-yard
Yeah,
touchdowns.
I just thought he was cool as shit. Yeah.
And that's what tight ends are. And Greg Olsen's the epitome of that. Just cool as shit.
Yeah, he is cool as shit.
Just
he really
cool
is.
as shit. Athletic. He had kind of that basketball stuff. He wasn't a burner. He had great hands. He made big plays for his team. He went to a Super Bowl. He's got crazy stats. You know, he had the 3,000-yard seasons.
What attribute, the best attribute or characteristic that Greg Olsen contained in his pocket, his secret weapon, was his route running skills.
His route running.
His route running skills, one of the best in the game at the tight end position.
He'd like
down.
lull you. I always see him hitting that bow route. He'd marry his routes together. Remember, he was really good at that bow route. Remember that cover 4? I always see him hit it in like the fringe shot where you're right outside the red area, the 20. And they'd always run that. They'd get cover 4 and they'd run that post and he'd run that bow route and they'd hit him on that. I remember seeing that one. We installed something. We stole it from them because we were copying it. We liked the way they ran it, and he'd run that bow route, and he caught it right on that 1-yard line. He's an awesome guy.
He doesn't care about his looks. He doesn't care about like what's going on out there. He just cares about being a good dude, being a family man. And that's why I love him, man. I love being around him. He's always so positive. And he can also, by the way, when I trained with him when I was young too, the guy just never stopped talking. Never stopped talking. And it was always the best. It was always
That's why he's on
entertaining.
TV.
And literally from the first day I met him, I was like, this guy is going to be a commentator one day. He's going to be an announcer. And then he actually landed perfectly in that spot after his football career. And when he signed with Fox too, and I think it was like the first year he signed with Fox was like the first year I did when I first retired. I did a couple games as well. And I was literally just thinking in my mind, just talking to him, this guy has landed in the perfect field for him. Like he's so good
great
at
storyteller.
it, so intelligent. Yeah, gret storyteller. Great.
And he
dude.
looks like Grizzly Adams a little bit. He's got an underrated chin.
If Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore coming out. Number 2's coming out soon.
Yeah.
A little mad at Sandler for not hitting us up.
I know. Isn't he a New England guy?
Nah,
Adam Sandler, New England guy?
He's
Doesn't
from
even hit
New
up the
Hampshire.
New England
but
players?
his family grew up in
like, I don't get it.
New York.
Like, and that's my favorite movie of all
Kelsey's
time.
in it.
Yeah, he is in it. But
We didn't get hit up.
we didn't get hit up. I mean, I can't hate on Travis being in it.
I can't either. The
Travis
guy's
is freaking Travis. I mean, he's top of his game on the field, off the field. Like, I'm just disappointed in Happy Gilmore Productions, I guess, or what is it?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Happy
Productions?
Madison.
Well, now we're giving him shout outs and he didn't even want us in his movie.
I know.
We got no hate, Jules.
No
We
hate.
still love him and we're still going to watch Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, without a doubt. I'll
No
watch it
doubt
10,
about it.
15
And Happy
times.
Gilmore is still my favorite movie. I actually watched it about 3 weeks ago. It was on TV and I never turn it off. This is what I loved about Greg Olsen too.
Well, you said he talked a lot.
He does talk a lot and that kind of explains why he came out with a rap song.
And it was good.
It was really good. It was really awesome and explained a lot of details on how they lived life at the University of Miami, which was really cool. I was a big fan, no doubt about it. You were probably a big fan as well.
I never listened to it. I'm not. I lied right there fully. But it was called the 7th Floor Crew Rap.
Yes, and it was a legendary rap song by some of the Miami players in
03.
2003. And they were just doing it, I think, as a joke from what I've heard Greg Olsen say before, like just to have fun. And it just blew up out of nowhere. But it kind of made, the University of Miami even more, prominent in my mind, especially at the tight end position.
One of his, I think, what was his name was Third Leg Greg? Was his name Third Leg Greg?
Well,
Scary Weather was in it.
Yeah, Scary Weather.
Scary Weather.
Mm-hmm. Third Leg Greg, his name was.
And John Beeson.
Oh, he was a beast, man.
Yeah.
He was a beast linebacker.
That's fun. We got to listen to that.
Yeah, we do.
We'll put it out on Insta. And we want to hear what you guys say in the crowd.
Floor
Rob,
Crew.
what would your rap name be?
Kind of think. I've said it plenty of times before. It's kind of easy, basic. Robbie G, the one and only. I mean, right?
Robin G.
Robbie G.
The one and only?
Yeah. Robbie G, the one and only.
Robbie
kind of
G.
a long name, though. So maybe that's not it.
Rap name. I think my name would be
like the Jewelster?
Nah, it'd be
The Squirrelster?
Young Squirrel J.
Young Squirrel J. I want a better name now. Rabbit G, the one and only. Is too long. Come on, Jules. What
I
would it
just
be?
went 3. Young Squirrel J.
Yeah, that's quick and easy, right to the point.
Young Big Piece.
Yeah, Young Big Piece.
You just throw young in front of anything, it could be
Mr. Big Piece.
Young Big Piece.
Because I carry
Or
a
Mr.
massive gun with me. I'm dangerous.
It's loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded. It's National Tight End Day. People want to rob me. All right.
All right, we got a rap name, Generator, to find the perfect rap name for Rob.
All right.
What's your favorite TV character?
We'll go with SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Oh, this is going to be a gangster name.
Your real life first name?
Robert.
Robert. Your real life last name?
Gronkowski.
The name of a criminal?
Whitey Bulger.
Whitey Bulger. Something really pleasant.
Bulldog. Because I have a French bulldog. So you can't write French bulldog. And you can't write the name Ralphie. You got to let them know. And bulldog's pretty aggressive because rappers like bulldogs. So this is going to be an aggressive name. I like it.
I like this. An adjective to describe you and your music.
Oh, I want this name like gangster. I want it to be hard. So I would just say rap.
Rap. I like that.
Because we're going for a rap name anyway. So.
And your favorite childhood pet?
Junior.
Junior.
I had a dog. I had a dog named Junior. It was what are those dogs? A pug. Pug named Junior.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Bulldog Gronk.
I guess we're just sticking with the one and only. Robbie G, the one and only. I'm Robbie G, the one and only. If you don't know me, I'm sorry. If you want to, I don't want to say the rest because it's very inappropriate. That's why I stopped the first time.
Time's up. What kind of dude is Greg Olsen? Okay.
I mean, he's a freak, but he's not a freak.
He's not a freak.
He's kind of got that,
he's definitely a dude's dude.
He is a dude's dude.
He's definitely maybe a whiz.
He is a whiz as well, because that knowledge, that's why he's such a great commentator.
And
that
he's
was
also
replaced
a stud. He was a first-round draft pick?
Yeah, he was a first-round draft pick to the Chicago Bears. Kind of a slow start. They traded him to the Panthers. But, everyone has a slow start when they get to the NFL. Not everyone, but a lot of guys do. But it's okay. He picked it up in Carolina. But
So what are the two that you're leaning on?
I'm going to go with Wiz, dude's dude. Kind of a stud in a way because he's a stud. He just owns whatever, he just owns
He looks
himself.
like a stud. Like
he does.
Blonde hair, 6'5", blue eye.
He is.
Like you see that javelin picture? He looks like he should be on a Wheaties box.
I want to go with Wiz though. We haven't had many Wizzes, and he's a Wiz because of his knowledge and just the way he can explain anything, break down anything, to be able to get open in many circumstances on the field.
And
you
he was
gotta
clutch.
Be a smart player.
He was clutch for his team.
Yes.
He was clutch for his team.